Hey guys, it's Christine. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about budgeting in my bullet journal. So this obviously is a notebook and not a bullet journal. This is where I do my prep work for my budget. So this is my monthly budget, but I'm actually a paycheck budgeter. So first I budget for the month, and then once I get my paycheck, I budget for that paycheck. But I also base it on this, roughly. Sometimes I make changes. Anyway, if you have seen, or maybe you haven't, I can link that up above. But if you've seen my projected budget for September to November, you'll know that I'm expecting less pay in those months because I will be traveling to watch my daughter play. She is a college athlete, student athlete. So she is playing her sport for the very last time this fall. She's a senior, so I'm determined to watch each and every game. So anyway, where I work, I have used up all my paid time off. So basically, I will be getting paid less than I'm used to. And I talk about that in my projected budget video. So again, if you haven't seen it, please do have a look, and I go into a little bit more detail in there. Anyway, if you want to see what I'm doing for August budget, because technically that budget doesn't start till September, but I am trialing it in August to see how it goes. Yeah, stay tuned, and we'll see how it goes for August. Okay, so I've actually gone ahead and done this budget in another video, but I was watching through it and it was just so scattered and I'm not sure I made any sense. My numbers weren't adding up and I just had to, I'm gonna just discard that video and you get to have this one. So let's start out with income. So in August, I'm going to have two paychecks, one on the 10th and one on 24th, and I am expecting a full paycheck of $2,221.97 each paycheck, which totals to $4,443.94 for the month of August. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to pretend that each paycheck is $1,800. Okay, so for my fixed expenses, I have in one account, I have my G1 rent, or my G1 account which is dedicated to rent and utilities. So for rent for September 1, I have $758. And then for PG&E, which is our gas and electric, due September 5th, I have budgeted $170. Hopefully it doesn't go over that amount. It has been very hot here and I haven't received my August bill. So I'm hoping it stays under $170. If not, we're gonna have to adjust something in my budget. For water, that one's due August 14th and I'm budgeting $50 for that. And so what I did here is I added that up for the month. It's $978 and each paycheck is gonna get $489. 1,800 minus 489. Now for bills, this is in a separate account from here. My 3 credit cards that are currently being used, but I don't have a rolling balance on them right now. That's why these are at 0. Those are the minimum payments because I zero them out at the end of each billing period. That will change starting in September, just because I will not be making enough money to cover the hotel expenses. So that'll be going on my credit card. Long story. We'll get to that in a little bit. Okay, so the rest of my bills, I have AD&D, $30. T-Mobile is $150. I rounded this up because it's usually like, sometimes it varies by a few cents, but it's usually $149 and some change. iCloud is $9.99. Dental insurance is $31.78. And vision insurance is $36.59. Car insurance is $52. Netflix is $15.49. And if you'll notice that Disney Plus and Hulu is no longer on here, I haven't canceled it, but I am planning to cancel it just because it doesn't fit in my budget anymore. Instead, I'm going to have, or I do have a subscription sinking fund, and I'll have it on a rolling basis. I did mention before that I am a fan of like the whole Game of Thrones thing, and the House of the Dragon is coming out at the end of August. So I'm probably going to get HBO for like the month and a half that is running. And then, I'll get Hulu back sometime in September when the new season of Handmaid's Tale is coming out. And yeah, so I love my streaming services, but it's just so much to have them all together. And I don't watch everything, not like I used to, because I'm too busy watching YouTube videos these days, and I guess making videos. I don't know. Anyhow. Blue Shield number 1 is $287.57, and then Blue Shield number 2 is $124.27. So all in all, that's $739.69, and I divided that, or I rounded it up to $738 and divided it by 2. So each paycheck I am allocating $369. So for savings and investing, I am not putting anything towards my emergency fund. Big surprise. So Roth IRA is getting $400 for the month. It normally gets $250 a paycheck, but it's this month, the month of August is going to get $200 per paycheck. So if you have my pretend $1,800 minus $489 minus $369 minus $200, I have $742 left to play with. So we have here my variable expenses, and I have these covered up that way. No cheating. All right, so for gas and car, this is my work gas. So I'm budgeting $70 as usual. And then for groceries, I am budgeting $100, and this is per paycheck, you guys. $100. For food, this will be my daughter's food. Groceries used to be $150, and we used to split that not evenly. One of my weaknesses is basically whenever I go grocery shopping with her. So I'm hoping this will help curb that. She does get spending money already for food and groceries, but sometimes it's just not enough, and I feel like the $50 every 2 weeks should help her out. So yeah, I'm thinking of either doing like a meal subscription for her, or like I could either Apple Pay her or Venmo her the cash. I'm just not sure yet, but I do know that I need to budget for how much I spend as far as groceries for her. There was a time where I would just send her the money, and we kind of came into some problems with that, where I was sending her and just kept sending her money and kept sending her money. And we have talked about budgeting on her end, but you know, it just came to a point where I was like, you know what, it needs to stop. So anyhow, that's a little too much information. You're not here for that. So let's just move on. Household is getting a drastic cut. It's going to have $30. And we've already kind of pre-planned this because I've been stocking up on a lot of things. So I am hoping this is going to hold up till December. And then laundry is getting $20 per paycheck. So usually my daughter will spend $40 on laundromat per month. So I'm just gonna set this aside for her, and when it's time to refill her app, I'll already have the $40. And eating out is getting 50, which for me is not a lot of money for 2 weeks, especially since we'll be traveling a lot. So I'm a little worried about this, but hopefully it'll get me to do better in that category. So for copays, I'm doing $15, and meds is a separate category. It's getting $14. Again, meds, my actual medications do not cost that much. There's maybe one every 3 months that does cost me a lot a bit more. But everything else that I take out of the meds category is basically like supplements, and I've stocked up on those, so I should only be saving up for my actual prescriptions with this $14 per paycheck. My allowance is also taking a hit. I usually give myself $60 every 2 weeks. It is now down to $13. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. No, I do know how I feel. I'm very nervous. Because that means I will have to quit my habit, which is actually, it would be a good thing, but I'm just wondering how realistic it is. So stay tuned. Fund money is getting 0. I have a little bit of money in there already, and I'm gonna put a little bit more money in there, but I don't see us doing a lot of things because we will be going out of town a lot. And usually when we go out of town to watch games, my daughter's games, we don't do anything else except visit, watch the games, and go out to eat. So maybe we could find some free things to do for fun. We did one time, my son and I went and walked across the Golden Gate Bridge, excuse me, in San Francisco, and that was a lot of fun. Did not cost anything. I think we might have paid to park, but that was it. We could find things to do for free. Uncategorized is $10, as usual, because something inevitably comes up. And I think okay, so 370, we're still good there. So let's go down here. So for sinking funds, I have car maintenance. Beauty for hair and brows is getting 0, car maintenance is getting 50, and gifts and giving is getting 0, clothing 0, subscription 0. So basically whatever is in those categories right now is what they're gonna have. If I get any extra money on top of the $1,800, remember that we're budgeting, like we're pretending we have $1,800. So anything over that, I will allocate as needed. But yeah, so here's where the rest of this money is going. So we have $320 left. So $280 for gas and car, for travel gas. That's $140 back and forth for 1 weekend. We're expecting 2 weekends. So that's gonna have to be 100, oh no, wait, 280, 40. It is gonna put me a little bit over because this budget is, this 280 is per paycheck, and technically on the first paycheck of August, I shouldn't have any travel gas, but you never know. Especially with my daughter moving back and forth and all that stuff. But anyway, for August, that's what that is. And then you have the $40 for parking. So that is a 0-based budget. Why am I covering the other thing up? Because remember, we said we're pretending we have $1,800, but really my paycheck is going to be $2,221.97. So minus the $1,800 that we pretended to have, that is going to be $421.97, which is what I've allocated to hotel. For August, we probably don't need both paychecks to pay for gas and car or hotel for the first 2 weeks, but I'm gonna have it in there. I'm gonna treat this as a sinking fund in the meantime until I need to use that money, because once September comes around, I won't have that. So this budget will stay the same for September, basically the same from September to November. And any extra money that I do have on top of the $1,800 will then be reallocated on this budget wherever I see fit. And like I mentioned earlier, the hotel costs will then go to my credit card. So after August, this won't exist. I'll be using my credit card. So anyway, that is my budget for August. I hope that made sense. I think it definitely helped to have already filled this out and tried to film it the first time. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment down below. If you have any comments, that would be appreciated. Also, please hit like, please hit subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.